Hey, and what is up guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm gonna show you how I built not one but two aquariums. You see here I have two UNS 16T aquariums and they are for the Sulawesi shrimp. I tried to create a biotope style environment and I did something I haven't never done before. I DIY built filters in the back of the aquarium. I think it turned out amazing. For the layout, I cut rocks in half and glued them so it looks like the hardscape is going from one tank into another. We have super cool details in here, so there is lots and lots to cover, and we have a giveaway. Some of the products I'm gonna use in the video, so make sure to answer one of the questions, drop any comment below, and enjoy the video. I'm starting the build with taking the inside measurements to build the filtration compartment. This is a PVC kind of U-shape, profile I found in the hardware store, and I'm going to cut it to a length so it can go on the left and right to hold the filter sponge in place. Okay, so I got kitchen scissors. Let me see if I can cut through. Oh my god, so easy, looks so much better. I should have used scissors right away. Now that I have all four pieces cut to size, I'm testing them inside the aquarium because I want them to be just below the glass. So in case I want to put a lid on top and I'm cleaning it so it doesn't stick out. Up next, I think I'm gonna glue them in place. For that, I'm gonna use this Arca Poly Glue, or Aqua Fix is the name. This is actually an underwater glue. It looks similar like silicone, but it comes in this pressurized cartridges, which is super handy. You just press a little, lever here, and then it comes out. You stop pressing, it stops coming out. And because of that, you can use it underwater, so the water is not going inside the bottle. And the other advantage is it can glue all types of materials, metal, PVC, wood, glass, stone, literally everything. You can even glue your hardscape. Also, it kind of cures super fast, much faster than silicone. And even cures underwater. You can even glue your plants underwater with that if you wanted to. Okay, so both bars are glued into place, and yeah, let's move on to the next part. Okay guys, now we need a cutting board because I'm gonna cut the filter sponge to size. So I've got a pretty fine filter sponge. The reason is it's so fine, I don't want the baby shrimps to go through it, and it's gonna give, a nice surface for them to eat all kind of stuff off the sponge. And yeah, I think it's 2 centimeters thick. I'll put a link down in the description for everything we use in this build. Okay, so these filter sponges will go inside, and then we have our filter compartments ready. The only thing left, yeah, I think we can try that already. So let's see how this slides in. The first sponge is in, and this is what it looks from the front. So you have a pretty clean black background, and the only thing left is basically to squeeze the little pump from behind. Okay, here I've got the pumps for that. Again, got them from Amazon, super tiny pumps. They are rated at 200 liters per hour, power consumption 1 to 3 watt, and yeah, just a tiny little pump. I went for the smallest pump available, and it also has a little, thingy left and right to control the flow, just to make sure things are all right. And now comes the moment of truth. I haven't tested it behind the sponge yet. So we're going to find out if it fits well. Okay, so it's almost invisible from the front, so that there is a pump behind, despite for the little opening. And the water is really forced to go through the sponge. We have a little chamber in the back, and then it pushed back to the front. I think, guys, it can work like this. So far so good, I'm liking it, but I will admit I had a couple of stressful moments. I haven't done this many DIY projects. Let me know what you think, how I'm doing this whole DIY thing. So we have the filtration thing is built. Next up is a hardscape. It's gonna be fun. So my idea is to have the hardscape going from one tank to another. For this I did a test up front. I have a lava rock and I cut it into pieces. You know, one goes in one tank, one goes in another tank, and you have the illusion of the hardscape going from one tank to another. Did it as a little test up front with this saw, and then, you know, you just cut through. But it just takes too long, and I can't do this here in the studio, so I have to go in the basement. And I think I have a power tool that might help me. Let's try it out. So guys, just came back from the basement, and what should I say? I have never expected this BAM lava from Veo to be this difficult to cut. I did cut lava stones in the past, but they were buttery soft. I don't know, I used this metal saw, it went through like nothing. These rocks, different story. However, anyway, I managed to cut through the rocks. As you can see, one blade became completely dull. It was the multi-cutter. After that, I had to use the hand saw, and it took me like, I don't know, 45 minutes, 1 hour. I'm feeling completely exhausted, probably need a shower now. But I managed to cut the rocks, also kind of damaged my finger a little bit. So here we have the rocks. I had those two rocks cut previously. I have another small one cut in half. I have a medium-sized rock cut in half, and this big one. Now that we have those rocks that I have cut in half for the perfect illusion of hardscape going from one tank into another, we can proceed to actually building a hardscape, and I'm super excited to do so. So let me get the aquariums, give them a little clean, and then we can start composing things together. Let's put them next to each other. Love it, how they stand here with those filters in the back. Ooh, now comes the tricky part, because I only have one chance of doing it. And let me see, okay, connects like this. And I wanted it approximately in the middle of the aquarium, so I have to look from the top if that matches, and from the side it kind of looks as if it does. And okay, now it's too late, now it's touching the glass in the one, and it's touching the glass in the other. So this is the point of no return. Let me check from the back. Yeah, I think that's fine. Oh, whoa, it's actually holding. Oh, okay, now it's sliding. So I decided to try something, as I don't want to wait. I cut little stripes of the, same sponge, and going to insert them between the rock and the background to provide it some support from the back. This way I can kind of flip the aquarium back as it was before, and yeah, glue in a second rock. Let me flip it back and see what happens. Okay, this is where it should stay, and it kind of lays on the sponges. Okay, cool. This way I can continue working, so I just need more of this fluffy little sponges. So I have the next 2 small stones ready. Let's give them a little bit of glue. But this time more of a round drop in the middle that is going to squeeze out to the outside on its own. This stays in place. Next is the outside. The good thing about the outside is I'm not gonna use rocks that, how to say, are on both sides. So left and right gonna be just independent from each other. So I have a smaller rock here and a larger rock here. The big one, like I said, is going on the bottom. Next round of gluing rocks. Honestly, guys, I'm very excited because I have no idea how it's going to turn out. Usually I'm very confident in what I do, but this time is different. Now it's done. If I don't like it, I will have to take extreme measurements in the future. For now, I'm just gonna let it dry for an hour or so, just to be sure all the poly glue is fully cured, and then I can return, put the tanks upside down, remove all the little sponges, and we can continue with the substrate. So, see you in a little bit. So what's up, guys? This is the next day, and I just allowed the whole system to dry and have a rest for overnight, and now we can flip the tanks over, remove the sponges, and see if everything is rock solid. Here we go. This is what everything looks like from the front, just to show you how well the glue holds, kind of lifting up the tank just by holding it at the rocks, so everything is literally rock solid. If you take a look from above, I think it kind of looks kind of interesting. You know, alternating rocks, front to back, low, high. So I would say the next step is basically just get in the substrate and finish the hardscape, right? Let's do that. So, as a substrate, I'm gonna use the Veo Sand Midnight. It has a very, very dark brown, almost blackish color, and it is volcanic, so looks like, you know, very fine lava split. So I'm gonna fill it in the aquariums, with just a thin layer. I think Veo has the most beautiful lineup of cosmetic sands and gravels. Just check it out. It's like so many of them. You can literally find the perfect color for any of your hardscapes. By the way, guys, if you didn't know, I have a collaboration going on with Veo. So if you buy anything from the Veo website and you use the code URIS on checkout, you're gonna get a mystery gift. And I was told by the Veo guys that they try to match whatever your order is, what would be the best complementing, you know, either it's a cosmetic sand or some details added to it. You know, literally they just go the extra mile and think for you, okay, what could be the matching product for you, and you get it added on top. So use code URIS when you place your next order on the Veo homepage, link down in the description below. Okay guys, so I have worked for a little bit off camera, and yeah, this is basically what I came up with. When I was gluing the rocks, I was going for a bottom left, top right direction, sort of front to back, you know, with the rocks being glued like this, in this diagonal line. So I thought, why not try and follow the same lines with the position of the rocks as well? So here you have it. Build up this corner nicely with all the lines tying up, and on this side, you know, kind of different, but again in this diagonal way. So this is what I would call the final hardscape, but one rock is missing, and this is the second half of the large rock I cut in half flat, and it would be a shame not to use this rock. And I've been trying to make use of it really hard, but it didn't make sense anywhere on the ground. I just didn't like it. But then I thought, I'm missing some height over here, you know, somewhere over here. So what we're going to do, we're going to glue in this rock here in the back on the glass as well. So we're gonna have one more floating rock. And eventually I'm gonna hate myself for this later on because it will be like super difficult to get inside. But guys, just look at it. If I put it inside somehow like this. So now if I check it from the front, it looks more balanced and gives, you know, another diagonal line towards the bottom. We have another cave underneath. I really wanted some caves for the Sulawesi shrimps. And yeah, that means we're gonna make use of the glue again. This time overhead camera. Ooh, that was plenty. Now let's get inside. And I have to be careful not to press it against the glass too early. Okay, now it's too late. Hopefully this is the right direction. So, meanwhile I had a little bit of lunch and that final rock is now in place. So let's remove all the sponges from here because I think it is now super well secured. I kind of posted meanwhile a little story on Instagram, and while I was thinking everyone would just tell me, oh, that's kind of cool, keep it as it is, no need more details. Everyone was like, yeah, you really do more details. I had this plan, and after, you know, this build already took so long, I was like, you know, you can skip it, you know, be lazy. You guys keep telling me don't be lazy, mainly with dry starts, but that's another story. So yeah. Turns out I'm gonna add some more details to it. Here we have it. Real, what is it called? Mini roots. Let's dump all the tiny roots here on the tray. So, all the tiny roots glued in place. I think it took me like 2 hours. I did it, you know, using soil dust from this bottle and liquid super glue from Arca. And what should I say? If you try anything like this, take your time, maybe wear protective gloves. I have a little bit of glue on my fingertips, but I haven't connected myself permanently to any of the rocks. And yeah, as you can see, there are tiny pieces of roots, several roots on each rock hanging down. Thicker ones, thinner ones intertwined, and I kind of tingle them, and I think it just looks so natural, as if it is like a washed out, you know, like I don't know, like riverbed somewhere, like a little cave. So I think I'm gonna be super cool home for those Sulawesi shrimps. Let me know what you think, how I did this DIY project. If you enjoyed watching me you know, cutting the rocks and gluing stuff, building these filters. Until now, I don't even know if the filter's gonna work like I wanted, but they should. I mean, in theory they should. We're going to find out. So up next, I'm gonna plant the aquarium. Let me know your thoughts, which plants you would like me to use in this build to plant these two twin aquariums, and yeah. Just stick around, check out the Nano playlist, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers, goodbye.